I'll be your Huckleberry.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that.
I'll
So,
I'll uh I'll run this show today.
you're running the show today? All right, great. All right, you do
Not
the
really.
intro.
Oh no. Oh, oh no, I was never prepared for this. What's going on? No, I can't do that. That's too Ty. Hi everybody. I'm JJ.
What's
We got
going on? It's Toolbox here. Just your average blue collar tamer. And you know, we're here, Digidads. The boy JJ is back.
Yeah, Ty scared me. He almost made me do the introduction. I'm a little nervous right now. Still shook.
I gotta keep you on your toes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sitting down, so that's hard to do.
All right, so today's podcast we're going to talk about we're talking pre-release. So the pre-releases are coming up whenever this video is posted this weekend. It's around this time it's coming out there, and pre-releases are an interesting little way to play this game. It's you know, explain it. How many packs do you get for this? I can't remember exactly.
Sometimes it depends on the shop, but yeah, I'm the OCD rules guy, so usually get 5 packs, sometimes six. You rip all your packs. You have no limit on how many cards you can run. So if for some reason you pulled like six whatever's Gazimons, you can run all six Gazimons. Digivolution is colorblind, which includes Ace Digivolution. And then you can have as many eggs as you want. It's only a 40 card deck, not a 50 card deck. You can swap cards at any time. It's not like a normal tournament where once you build it once, that's what it is. You can swap cards out in between games. Um, you can have as many eggs as you want. So if you somehow are the lucky son of a gun who pulls like 7 eggs, you can use those. If you do not pull any eggs, which have come very close multiple times at pre-releases, you can still Digivolve into the empty spot and you're raising. Um, for the Digivolution cost, you're level 3. So, like, for 0, you just won't get to draw a card because you're not Digivolving over an egg. And then the last major pre-release rule is option cards still require you to have the Keller on board. And we don't have any two Keller options in this, but oh, we do. Technically, we have Suka's Curse. So because that's a black yellow card, it requires a black and a yellow source, not one or the other, as it's come up time it's come up on rare occasions in a pre-release.
Yeah, and also the only other thing that is still like restricted to like specifics is if the card effect says like play out a green tamer. Like you can't just play out a red one in the pre-release. It has to still be the green one. So like the specific card effects still require colors, but the digivolving doesn't.
Yeah, and I will say too, um, if a card says that you have to search, even though you know you're not going to hit anything because it's pre-release, you still have to search.
Yeah, I did that before in one of my pre-releases. I'm like, it was I needed another rookie and it was the last rookie I pulled, so I was like, well, and then there was the occasion where I couldn't digivolve it in breeding, so I was just like, I got to throw this down to try to win game. And I bottom deck things would have liked to see, but yeah,
Every time.
it is what it is. But here's where this video or podcast comes into play. So what we're doing is we're going to kind of go over the set. We're only going to talk about the commons, uncommons, and rares because there's really no point in talking about the secret rares or the super rares because if you are lucky enough to pull any of those, you're just going to throw them in, which I wouldn't blame you. Kind of you get the good spice, you're going to throw it in there. But most of the time, like the commons, uncommons, and rares are what you're going to be mainly rocking with. And it's interesting with pre-releases because there's cards that do really well in the pre-release, but then they never see play after it. So that's why it's good to come to this because we're gonna give you some advice on what cards, if you happen to pull them, to definitely throw them in. We're gonna go by level, so we'll go from level 2 all the way to level 6. Tamers, option cards, all that jazz. So we kind of have like more or less a mock-up list of what we wanna like what we think are going to be good. But if we're going to talk eggs, Um, I think personally, there's really only like three, possibly four that are like good in a way for the pre-release. Because like one thing with pre-release, synergies in decks usually aren't non-existent. So I feel like the cards that do really well are the most basic in a way.
Oh yeah. And I mean, uh, the being said though, like if you pull any eggs, put them in
Yeah,
your like egg pile. Like don't
yeah.
be don't be choosy on your eggs. Just be happy if you get some of the eggs that we're talking about here. Like
I think the most I've
whatever
ever
you get,
gotten was
use them.
two.
Really?
Yeah,
One time I got six. I felt bad. Felt bad for
that's
everybody else.
pretty sweet. All right, starting us off. What is your which one do you think is a really solid egg for the pre-release?
There's one that I think is better, but I'm just gonna assume you're gonna talk about it because it was like your 101 from our draft on our last podcast. Or is that
Yeah,
two podcasts ago? I can't.
that was the last
Time's a
one.
flat circle. Whatever. So I'll go with Coromon. The red egg, your turn once per turn. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw a card. So promote, swing. Oh, I did a check. Give me a card.
Yeah, it's just really the simplest out of all of these for card draw, I think. So I I was going to talk about the Coromon too, saying like it's great for a pre-release format. I would say it's a solid egg. If you get that, definitely put it in there. The more the merrier, I would say for that one.
It's number two on my list, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming number one's Bukamon.
Oh, of course. I mean, that card is broken
Giving
in
your
any
guys,
format.
yeah, giving your guys jamming and it's a pretty easy condition to hit because it's has while your opponent has no Digimon with equal or more Digievolution cards than this Digimon, you gain jamming. So you get this to a level 6 before they get to a level 6, you're pretty set. You're keeping the jamming. As long as you're one step ahead of them, you got it.
Or you just add a little source stripping in.
Oh yeah, of course, and there's that in here, so we'll definitely get into that. I think those two are the best two, in my opinion, for the pre-release. I think they're top picks because the Togemon, yes, you get to draw a card if a card's removed from the security stack, but like, or added. Sorry, when it's added to your security stack, you draw a card. That's kind of feel like you have to have like more yellow cards for that to really work. Where like the other
Sure.
two are they could be any color, like, and you can easily get those effects off. Another one I think is pretty good is the Tanamon. It's this one of your effects suspends a Tamer. This Digimon gains 2,000 DP, which DP gains nice, but like I feel like all the Tamers are really they have really easy conditions for getting them suspended. More or less, I think the only one that kind of gives a problem would be the green one. Ironically enough, because that one is specifically to suspending or by an effect, and you might not be doing that a lot per
I'll say
se.
Ty's probably hard to hit with that too because you have to check a security to suspend him.
Yeah,
So unless you have another Digimon on the field that's checking first, it might be hard to get that 2K buff.
yeah. The 2K buffs just for vaccines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the Tanamon 2K,
Oh
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
Ty 2K.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. There's too many 2Ks. What are we supposed to do here? Um,
Get
I,
confused, Ty.
I
That's what
am.
we do best.
Help! Someone help me, please. The Missiamon, that's really specific to D Brigade, so it's kind of like if you don't pull a lot of D Brigade, its effects really aren't gonna happen. It could. I'm not gonna say it can't happen, but
You'd have to like, yeah, you'd have to pull like all of them and then only dedicate your deck to that one thing doing stuff.
yeah. And the same with the Baumon. I mean, I guess it can work, but like because most of the purple cards are not most of like good percentage of the purple cards for the set are based around this mechanic. So I would say like yeah, it's possible. It's just I don't know. I feel like those two are kind of the weaker two out of the pre-release egg set. Definitely the Koromon and the Bukamon, hands down, number one.
Hmm.
Number one, number they're tied. No, Bukamon's number one, but Koromon's a strong second pick. But like we said before, you get any eggs, you're gonna use them regardless. Doesn't matter which ones you get, just use them.
Any egg's a good egg.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. All right, you got anything else to add about the eggs, or can we move on to the level threes?
Eggs are pretty,
Yeah, there's really not much to really talk about with them.
yeah, pretty cut and dry.
It's kind of funny when you look at on Digimon Card Dev and you have the specifics to only commons, rares, and uncommons to only be shown. The level 3 department looks so light because most of the level 3s are super rares in this set, which is kind of funny. It's
Yeah, I'm
just
glad you said that because I was gonna bring that up because it's tough in them streets.
yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one for that reason because there really isn't the normal amount of level 3s in a set, I feel like, for like the lower end that you would more likely get. But for the level 3s, there's a couple I think that are pretty good. I'm gonna go with the well one was it the Siakomon's really good. Just that evade effect of being able, if it would be deleted, you can suspend it to prevent the deletion, which means they gotta focus on twice to really get rid of it. Which I think that's a solid pick. But I really think the one that's going to do pretty well is the Kokumon. I don't know, a little
Koku
taser looking dude.
Kokuwagamon.
Yeah, because it just gives inherent blocker, which I feel like is just kind of
Kokuamon. Oh my goodness. There we go.
Kokuamon. There we go.
And there's no G in there, you maniac.
I don't know. I'm
I'm yelling at myself, buddy. I'm just
I
doing that so I
don't
don't
know.
get roasted in the comment section.
We gotta say it quick before they start typing.
It's too late.
They already got us. But I think just having the inheritable giving blockers pretty solid. It's just nice, especially because like I feel like pre-releases really turned into like a rookie rush, which this set might be hard because there's not too many rookies in the like as we said before. But still, it's very much where like you're just getting out there who can swing the most. There's not really there's strategy and then there isn't at the same time.
I don't know. I think there's a little more complexity in this one because we talked about this not on the podcast. There's no vanillas. Every card has an effect now.
Yeah,
May
that's
not be
true.
good, but every card has an effect.
That is a
And
good
I think
point.
I think there are some sneaky cards that you want here.
All right, what's ones you think is a good one?
So before we get into the threes, I kind of looked at this from a frame of mind, like you said, is a lot of level threes are super rares. So I kind of looked at my threes and fours in the same vein because I was looking for a lot of four drops and like lower drop fours that
Mm-hmm.
you don't hate hard dropping
Yep.
and have some decent on play effects.
Yep.
But that being said, Ko- Kokuamon was in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Blocker Inherit is great. And then I have three other ones. Gazimon inherits on deletion, gain one memory. What's not to like about that?
Yeah, it's just simple. It's
Just a
just a
nice little
nice
guy back there.
nice little dude doing his part.
Yeah, and then Elecmon. Uh, when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k for the turn. And just looking, I didn't undo my filters to see what the super rares DP are, but all the other rookies are 2k DP
Yeah.
or less in this set. So Elecmon's just if your opponent's thinking like Ty is and like, oh, I'm just gonna out rookie rush him, bring out an Elecmon, Digivolve over it, and just pop a rookie for free.
Yeah. That that's great. And it's a common, so you should get you should get like some of them.
I would, yeah, those like the three we mentioned already, I'd put as many of those as I pull in my deck. And then the fourth, it's got a little bit of a downside to it, so it's a little more restrictive. But I think the inherit's solid. So this is like a tech choice, or if you pull a lot of synergy for it, or just like a little bit of synergy, it might make more sense in your deck. But the Chumon, um, on deletion, inherit, one of your opponents gets -3K for the turn,
Yeah.
which is great. The problem is the on play is add the top card of your security stack to your hand. Then you may place a card with Sukamon and its name from your hand at the top of your security stack. If you, fun fact, we'll be talking about Sukamon soon when we get to level 4s, because I think that's the best card for sealed format in here. But if you get some Sukamons, this Chumon gets a lot better. If you
Hmm.
don't get Sukamons, I think this Chumon's still like a decent one to look at because you can just Digivolve and Raising and not worry about that on play.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say May.
That's an ad. That's
Yeah,
that's definitive.
yeah. So that's the only problem.
Yeah, I'm
But that
looking at the
inherit,
other ones. Uh, the Kunamon, the little
yeah.
larvae, the off-brand Weedle. Um,
On
it,
brand. Wheels the off brand, sir.
oh, you're right. My bad. My bad. Not really. Yeah, you can add a green card. If you get a lot of green cards, I guess that's good. But you also have to suspend this Digimon to do that. I guess
Yeah.
theoretically, if you have the Mimi, it makes it a 2 cost, but still.
At least you don't have to do it because it just says by doing it, but it's still not like the other thing when you were saying blocker inherits good, like the Choo Chumon,
Hmm.
the purple black. Problem is it costs 1 to Digivolve over level 2,
Yeah.
so you don't love that
No, that's a little more investment than you'd rather have. Rather put
unless you're
that
trying to
one
play,
memory somewhere else.
yeah, unless you're trying to be real conservative, but generally can't see that happening. The other one is the I can't do it. The blue Ats Atamamon.
Yep.
That's a good one. Just when opponent's Digimon attacks, trash bottom 2 Digivolution cards.
Mm-hmm.
Works well with the Bukamon. Um, it won't stop like an Elecmon inherit that would kill something else, but like it'll go away. Or
Yeah.
like if they have a Chumon on deletion or like the blocker,
Yeah,
that's
you
going to
can.
be one of the bottom 2 sources, Digivolution sources. So no more blocker.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I guess in the same point, what you were saying with the Elecmon, the Gizamon, kind of, it's just, delete something 3,000 or less on attacking. So that's kind of like in the same point to help you get rid of if they start going wide. But I feel like the Elecmon's a little bit, like minusing DP is just like way better than just like flat up deleting things.
Gets through evade,
Yeah.
gets through a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's just a good game mechanic. Well, not, I don't know, good.
I
You
don't
know what
know
I
if I
mean.
call it good.
Yeah, it's a nice loophole, I guess.
It's an annoying loophole as a
It,
guy who never plays yellow.
yeah, yeah. I'm a yellow master now. I play it all the time.
All right, I'll see you on TTS right after this.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke. But
Yeah, guys, hear that? He's scared. He's scared.
uh,
Post in the comments what deck you want to see me roast ties yellow trash with. We'll
I'll
get it.
give you
We'll
a
get it on
hint.
the
It could
channel.
be anything. Could be anything. I can't beat you. I don't know why. You just got that magic against me. I can't win.
We've played like 3 matches on
No, I'm
tabletop.
talking throughout our history since I've went to our locals. I don't think I've ever beaten you. I've
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I'm pretty sure it's a confirm.
All
Yeah,
right, there.
I don't know why. I just can't do it. I was
There's a
doing
cheat.
it. Okay. Now it makes sense.
It's that hex magic. I put like some weird little voodoo on my deck and
Yeah,
top deck what I need.
you have a little it's like a voodoo doll, and people would like poke it with needles. You do that with a voodoo deck, and you just keep telling it to brick. So then every time you play me, my deck bricks every time.
That's what I do.
It's all coming
That's my
together.
that's my secret cap. I'm always angry.
Oh. All right, level
I
threes.
was I was gonna say what were we on level 3s? They're done now.
Level threes. I I got nothing else really about any of the other ones. They're kind of just
Uh,
there.
I just want to talk about the best card in the sealed format. Like
All right.
I'm so excited for
All
this
right,
card.
we'll get to that for you. We'll get there. We'll get there real quick.
I'm
Let
so
me pull
so
it up.
excited.
All right. You're very eager about it. I already know what it is. So how about
Do I get to talk about it? Do I get
yes,
to go? All right.
yes.
Well, guys, if you think there's a better card in sealed, please tell me in the comments. But my dollars for donuts best card is Sukumon, which sounds poopy, and you're right. But it's a 3-drop, level 4 security effect at the end of battle. Play this card without playing the cost. With the inherent on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3k for the turn. So on its own, 3-drop level 4, solid. Add in that it's a security Digimon, better. Add in that the Chumon can play it, awesome. And add in the fact that any BlastAce Digivolution is colorless. Oh, your opponent has like game on board or very threatening board state. Swing first check, Sukumon. They try to swing second check. Response, I'm gonna blast Digivolve into the one lucky super rare I pulled of, I don't know, Magna Ace. I'm gonna recover one and then DP reduce you.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Just
it's just a good one. Really, you can't. And the on deletion's nice.
yeah, so good. And
Mm.
negging something on deletion. It's just so good.
Yep. It's a good one. Solid one. I think the two. I'm gonna kind of count these two as the same card. The red bird. Not gonna try to pronounce that. It just has jamming, which is nice.
Kakatoriman.
There it is. Yeah, the
I don't know if that's right.
Cockatoo We're gonna call it the Cockatoo.
There we
Yeah,
go.
he got jamming. You can't beat that, and it's a 4-drop, which is pretty nice for a level 4. And then same with the Kuwagamon. Um, it has jamming. It is a 4-drop. Like it's really like this. There it is. Like these guys just and they do their thing. So if you don't got that egg, you still can get jamming. Don't worry, the jamming is still there. Uh,
Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two photos. They're the same photo.
these are the same. Another card I thought would be actually pretty decent, which it's a little bit. We talked about this before. It's a little much to invest into, but the Debimon, just having the gets 1,000 for every 3 cards in your trash, and you trash 3 cards when attacking. So like, I don't know if this is the best because you're only running 40 card deck, so I feel like you'll deck out way quicker with it. But still, beefing up this level 4 if you need to, like swing over something, it's possible.
So this is where it gets awkward, Ty, and this is how you can tell we do not compare notes before the show. Because we talked about having one card on like our do not add to your
This
deck
is your
list.
do not add.
This is my do not add.
Oh no! How come?
Because it's just so expensive.
See,
It's
I
a
did say that part.
yeah, but it's so expensive and like it's not a game-changing payoff. Like
That's a good point. What do you mean that on deletion, be able to take a card and trash it from your opponent's hand isn't appealing to you?
it's appealing to me, but not at 3 memory.
Yeah. That was gonna be my caveat to it.
It's in my opinion, pre-releases are all about being like efficient with your memory and then efficiently disrupting your opponents. And
Yeah,
Devimon disrupts your opponent and can get big. Does not do any of that efficiently though.
I'm assuming then you have that same mindset with the Tyrannomon because it's a 3 evo.
Yeah, because you have to pull some synergy for it. It's
Hmm.
a 5-drop, so I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's better than 7.
But how could you justify a level 4 7-drop? Like that card is only meant to be like spat out by effects in a purple deck.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I would definitely agree with that statement. Let's think. Any other?
I got,
What?
oh, I got like a whole list of level 4s. I just didn't want to talk the whole time.
Oh, great. I got one more that I think could be good. With the Greymon. Um, it just has that when attacking, you get 2,000 DP for the turn, which is nice, making him 7k, which is cool. And then if you happen to also have a tie on field, you gain a memory. I don't know if that's really like, amazing or anything, but like it's still nice to just be able to have a 7,000 level
A
4.
beefy boy. It's a
Yeah,
beefy boy.
that's some vanilla levels right there.
Yeah, you're getting a little vanilla-y there. You're going
Yeah, I'm going
back to
back to
your roots.
going back to where I came from.
So I think second best level four is the Damemon. 4 drop to 4 drop or two cost Digivolve, 3 KDP, but has retaliation, on deletion save, which don't care about, and sealed, and then blocker inherit.
Yeah, that's a solid card.
Like in a perfect world, you like have it with a Bukamon, you have jamming, and then it's just like this annoying thing that they can only get rid of if they retaliate with something.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Numamon just being a 3 drop with a two cost evolution, which is not great, but blocker inherit, also a good card.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one I'm indecisive on, but I wanted to mention it because it may make sense. Is the Black Vegemon,
Yeah.
4 drop, 2 cost Digivolve, 4K. On play when Digivolving, returning one Digimon card from your opponent's trash to the top of their deck, gain a memory. So it's essentially a 3 drop. And if the situation arises, maybe you can like brick your opponent a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they they have a level 4 in raising, but they've been just like hard dropping threes.
Mm-hmm.
Put an expensive Devimon at the top of their deck.
Yeah. That's a good. That's. I like that. Definitely. And also, that's also when digivolving, so it could technically also be a one Evo.
And I think that's really the only way to get a 1 Evo Digivolve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
because Greymon will gain you a memory, like you said, but it's not on Digivolve.
Yeah. Um.
I
I,
got,
a
and
card
then I
I
think the
think you should
blues are
avoid
strong.
is the Unimon. I think barrier
Oh,
is just.
really?
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
you're just
agreed.
you're just getting rid of your security to keep it there, but like I don't know. I just don't really like that. I don't think barrier is that good.
Not on a level 4. I mean, it might come up in it could come up in sealed, but I'm with you. I thought my English is great because I thought you were gonna say the Centaurumon, or I can never say his name right, but the other yellow level 5 or
Mm-hmm.
4. Um, I thought you were gonna say that's the card not to include because
No,
I think
no,
that card's great.
no. That card's great. You get a minus
Okay.
3K and then also inheritable minus 2K.
Yeah.
What's not to like
Okay.
about
We're
that?
we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
And then um, if you get it, it's a rare, but Ikakumon. I think all the blue level 4s are actually really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gisomon, though 4 drop, 4 DP, 2 cost Digivolve. When attacking, choose one Digivolution card under one of your opponent's Digimon and trash it. Then return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon with no Digivolution cards to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, especially in a level 4.
Yeah,
Like, that feels like a little more like level 5. Like,
agreed.
effect.
Yeah, and it's not insanely expensive.
Mm-mm.
And if your opponent's bricked a little and you drop that or even just Digivolve into it, they're kind of screwed
Yeah.
because if they're bricked and they want to try and hard drop anything, you're either going to send it back or they're going to have to hard drop a level 6 and give you like so much memory.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
definitely a solid one to throw in. Actually,
and the,
sorry. I meant to
no,
say before
you're
I
good.
cut you off. It's kind of interesting how we were talking about how the level 3s there's not many in this common uncommon rare idea. So it's kind of interesting to see a lot of the level 4s. There's a good amount of them that are 4 and 3 drop. Like,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool that they kind of, I don't know, really think they really base this all around for pre-releases, but still, it's nice.
It's nice to see, and
Yeah.
it's I mean it's the game game's getting faster overall, but still pre-release is a slower format, which I like. I
Hmm.
really, I think I might be of a minority of Digimon players, but I really enjoy a pre-release.
I
Just
always
a fun
enjoyed
way
the
to play
ones
the
I
game.
went to. Anytime I went to one, I liked it because most of the time I didn't just lose all the time. I'm like, yes, when people can't build a deck, I thrive.
I just like that other than like podcasts like this, or there's not like a lot of deck building discussions for it. It's just here's what you get. Here's I the other thing we didn't say is you get usually like 40 to 50 minutes to build your deck
Hmm.
at a pre-release. So it's like here's 50 minutes. Figure it out.
Yep.
Have some fun.
That's why
Get
it's good to
wild or do
yeah.
whatever you want.
That's why it's good to watch videos like this, and that's why you should hit the subscribe button and hit the like. How? Had to
Boom.
throw it in there.
Well, we're getting pro level here.
Look at us.
Uh, the other one, my last level four, because I think there's a lot of strong ones, but I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Ikakumon. It's got a mouthful text, and it wasn't my first because it's a 5 cost or a 2 cost Digivolution. It's 5k DP. When Digivolving, choose 2 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon and trash them. So you get to pick whatever you're most scared of. And then when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with a number, it should say of in there, number of Digivolution cards less than or equal to this Digimon's Digivolution cards can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. And its inherent reads basically that is that same effect that I will not reread.
Wait, I don't understand it. Could you reread it again?
I hate you. It's blue hybrid stun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like Yu-Gi-Oh. Amount of Yu-Gi-Oh wording in a card.
I mean, it could have, if they wouldn't put that in tiny text, I could have taken up, he would have had no tusks. We couldn't have seen his tusks.
Nope. We just saw his eyes and horn. Or not just the horn.
Just a horn.
Let's
But
think.
they're so, blue's very strong
Yeah.
in this.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I'm trying to think of any other really. I don't really. I don't know. A lot of the other ones really can require synergy per se of some
The,
sort.
the Geckomon is just shred 2 sources
Yeah,
when opponent's Digimon attack.
that's fine. That's good.
Works well with like all the other blue stuff. Shellmon has evade in a level in a 6k DP,
Mm-hmm.
which useful. And Monochromon's a four drop 4 cost blocker.
Yeah, that's it. I knew there was one more I needed to talk about. There was definitely that one. Blockers are always good, and I feel like blockers kind of go more or less to the wayside when the like official sets out, unless like your deck like can with the synergy of your deck just like gets it blocker. Like, but like back in the day, people would throw in specific blockers. They may not apply to the what you're trying to do. You just had to have them in there because you needed at least like a couple blockers. I feel like
Hmm.
pre-release is like that. I feel like pre-release is a lot like how the game started.
Like,
Back,
oh, I'll need some blockers. I'll
yeah,
throw these guys in there. I
yeah,
don't know if they're gonna do anything else, but I'll throw them in there.
yeah. And it's nice. It doesn't have the you lose 2 memory if you attack with it. So if you do decide to attack with it for some reason, you're good.
Oh, yeah, I always forgot about that.
You never really attack with your blockers, but still,
Only to kill somebody in
only
the
to
worst
end
way
it.
possible.
Yeah. And the defense wins championships.
But you pass memory, but I don't care.
But the game's over. Yeah, I think that's really most of the other ones. They're really again. If you need level fours, use anything you get. But we're just saying if you happen to get these specific ones, definitely throw them in there.
Yeah, and I
It's
mean levels 4 is not as critical as level 3,
yeah.
but you're definitely gonna need. You, I don't know, with the pull rates of this, with the rookies being lowered, I think you're not going to be hurting for fours. I really think it's going to be hurting for rookies,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, we will see.
We will find
If
out.
you're hurting for rookies, obviously up your level fours.
Yep.
I think in
Just
a
well,
perfect world, I'd go like 40 card deck. I'd probably go like 12 rookies, um, eight eight level fours, or swing that more to level fours, and then fill out the other 20 cards with dealer's choice of how you like to play.
mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with that. I remember it's funny how like every pre-release, you can tell everyone when they're getting close to being finished with their deck building because everyone's got their phone out with their calculator, trying to count to make sure they have 40.
Oh, hey, actually, that leads me to pro dad tip number one on this podcast.
Oh,
We're gonna have to make a drop button for it. Is you bring only 40 sleeves of one color, and you bring a second color with like 10 for egg sleeves, and to help your buddy out who inevitably forgets his egg sleeves. But come prepared. Just bring 40 sleeves. That way, you sleeve up your deck and you don't have to count all the time.
yes,
It's the best feeling in the world.
yes. See, I make the mistake I forget to bring sleeves and I buy them when I'm there. So like I got Shoutmon sleeves. I've never played a Shoutmon deck, but I got the sleeves for it.
Well, so you still have them, right?
Uh huh.
So
Somewhere.
sometime this week, find them, count 40 of them out, put them in like a paper deck box, and just bring that. I have my, hopefully I make it if my wife doesn't like bring our second child into the world, which if she does, cool. I'm pumped for that. But
No, be real. Be real.
I'd really
I'm
love for
just
that
kidding.
kid to come on Sunday,
Yes.
not Saturday. Um, but I have a paper deck box with 40 sleeves in it. Oh, I think they're red. I forget because I only pull it out every pre-release, and then 10 of a different color. And I'm ready
Oh,
for every pre-release. Don't have to do any counting.
that's a good idea. Oh, speak of the devil, I actually have that exactly here too. Like an
See?
old dragon shield
Yep.
box.
Mm-hmm.
That's being
You
done.
just fill that with 40 sleeves, and then you don't have to count anymore.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
So that's why you come to the podcast.
Yeah.
You're drawn in by the wonderful dad jokes,
Mm-hmm. That's how we
and then you get
really,
hit with the real facts.
yeah, yeah, hook, line, and sinker, as they like to call it.
Boom.
Boom. All right, let's do level fives.
Oh
Are
yeah.
you good on the
Let's
level
go.
fours? Do you have anything else to say, or you think we're good here?
I think we actually literally talked about. Oh, there's a couple we left out. We left out the purple ones, but yeah, we're good. We talked a lot of level four.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, level
What
fives.
what's your count looking like?
I think honestly, the little brain-looking dude, Vade,
Datamon.
Vademon, yeah. One, just the one Digivolve reveal top three cards to your opponent's deck. De-Digivolve one of your opponents for each Digimon card among them. And then you get to put them at the top or bottom, which I really think that's cool because then you can decide. So if they're bricking real hard and you know, like, hey, they need level fours and the top three cards are like level sixes, just throw them back on there. Just
Leave
leave them
them up
back on
there.
top and just let your opponent suffer because now he knows he's got to draw three more times to get out of his suffering. I think
And
that's
he can't.
yeah, and you just can't do it. So yeah, I think that's a solid one for sure.
That's that's uh that's my number one.
Ah,
Just
okay, cool. Look at
so
us.
good. We're back. We're back in synergy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. See, I
I
just
should
I tried to be cool and try to use a purple card. Yeah, be cool for you and all, but it just didn't work out. It's okay.
we're trying. We're trying. I mean, I'm gonna bring up a red card next for you,
Oh,
and it's a very aggressive red card. And it's
okay.
still like one of my little kid in me like favorite Digimon, mainly because it's just a dinosaur.
Ah, yes.
Triceramon.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's one of the few two cost Digivolutions, 7 KDP, and it has raid,
What's not to like
which
about that?
I mean that what exactly? Get a little DP buff in there every once maybe the I don't know. I don't really know if you can actually get a big DP off in there, but partner that with the Elecmon,
Yep.
getting giving minus 2K, and Centaurumon. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure I've pronounced his name a different time every single way I brought it up.
Good.
But
Good. Keep it that way.
little little Meg DP raid. Nobody's really, I mean, that's even with every other than the Lugamons or
Mm-hmm.
Lugarmons.
Mm-hmm.
That's even with every other level 5.
Yeah. So any
And
little disruption to them, it will work out.
yeah, or even just like you're swinging over some level 4s. The only
Yeah.
thing I will say is it's a little terrifying with Ace in there. So I love it that it's a two cost to Digivolve, but you are running the risk of raiding into something and then it's suddenly an 8k DP Ace Digimon,
Yep.
and then you're gonna have a bad time.
That's why you only use it against level 3s and level 5s.
I have no argument to that.
You skip level 4s. You leave them perfect. You keep them where they are.
Let's get a little scared by that.
Use effects
Uh,
to get rid of the level 4s.
that's why I think when you were saying, I'm like, I think there's gonna be more options in this one
Yeah.
than you would think. Um, I have four other, really, I have two other ones I really like, and then I have two other mid-tier ones. So is there any other ones you really wanted to talk about?
Um, I I think the Shogun Gekomon is pretty interesting, just because as an alternative, if a Digivolution card is trashed, um, it can't be deleted in battle until the end of your opponent's turn, which making it a blocker that can survive. Like
Yeah.
it's just a kind of, if you get a lot of blue cards, that's easy to do. So it's a pretty sticks around blocker.
Yeah.
That, and I only got one other one, but I think you also want to talk about that one, so I'll let you do that.
I don't know. I'll talk about two, and then I'll see if I can hit it in these ones.
Hmm.
I'm gonna stay in the red, stay in the flames
Okay.
with Megadramon.
Hmm.
The 6 drop, if you have to, which let's face it, sometimes we have to.
Hmm.
Or a 3 cost Digivolution over a 4. 7k DP. But what makes this card interesting in my book is the inherit. When attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5k DP or less. Same thing with the if you have one of the other yellow inherits in there, you can delete a level 5. You can delete all level 4s, which because that is a when attacking effect, you will delete a level 4 before they can blast into it. So very powerful card, especially as a common.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think that should be your main level 5.
Yeah.
And then the other one is these. This one's like right on the edge, because there's no memory tamer, so it might be hard to keep turn. But Panjamon,
Hmm.
Panjumon, um,
You mean this
technically
card
also
that's
true.
also treated as a Leomon?
That's right. That's a rule.
Yeah, it says it right there.
Rules are rules, kids. Um, so we'll just call it Snow Leomon.
Hmm.
But
Albino
7k
Leomon.
DP, 8 drop, so you're probably never dropping it. Um, 3 cost Digivolution, has piercing, and then when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So if you can keep turn, this card's pretty silly.
Hmm. Yes.
But keeping turn without a memory tamer, you're kind of hoping your opponent puts you at 3 every once in a while.
Yeah. That was the one I was going to talk about also.
Haha, take that.
Another one, I was just looking at it, the Piximon. It's interesting. I don't know if
Hmm.
it's totally like great, but it's interesting because it's one of your opponents can't unsuspend until the end of your opponent's turn. Um, so which means like it's not like usually green's like suspended, then it can't unsuspend. This one's just like, oh yeah, it just can't now. So like if it does attack, because it will still be, you know. Am I reading that right? That's correct.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, good. It's
It could
interesting.
attack once and then just be like, "Oh,
There.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, I stepped in pixie dust. I'm trapped in suspended.
Someone help. But that's really it. I don't really.
My other one is it's a little more expensive. Um, but it's a because it's a four cost Digivolution, unless you're Digivolving from a Numamon, because then it would only cost
Oh.
three. But the
Mm-hmm.
Monzemon,
Yep.
because it has
Armor
Armor
Purge.
Purge,
Yeah.
but it also, by placing one Digimon card with Numamon in its name from your trash as its bottom card, gain two memory.
Yes.
So it's theoretically, if you have Synergy, it's a five drop or a three cost Digivolution, but it's Armor Purge on a level five, which is kind of nice to have.
Yeah, because then you can Armor Purge it. Then if you happen to have an ace, then ace.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. You can't beat that.
Granted, Numamon's rare, so it's gonna be if you would get Synergy, a little crazy, but
Good for you. Good for you.
that'd be that'd be fine. I mean, Black King Numamon is an uncommon, and it just says Numamon in name.
Mm-hmm.
So you could force a little synergy there because a lot of these level fives outside of the ones we're talking about, in my opinion, are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So like synergy just kind of becomes a tiebreaker. Synergy and what option cards I end up using becomes my tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think blue is pretty strong
Yeah.
in this format. So I'd probably myself I'm gonna lean blue option cards,
Yeah.
but I think at least two-thirds of the colors have good option cards for a sealed format.
You know what other blue card I was just looking at, which is kind of interesting, is the
What do you
Marine
got?
Devimon.
Bouncing.
Yeah, it just return all level threes.
It does return yours too, though.
Yeah, but still, like, if you're trying to just, they're going wide, just
That,
plop that guy down or did you roll it up? And
that's
you're
what I
good.
mean. There's a lot of answers to a aggressive wide board in this
Yeah,
pre-release.
I might have to change my game plan. I'm really diving deep into this, and now I'm like, oh no.
Nobody listen to this podcast. It changed my mind. Nobody listen to this podcast. I want to win pre-release.
Yeah,
Pull it down, Ty. Pull it down.
cancel it, cut it, turn the cameras off. But yeah,
I'm going rogue.
yeah. I'm trying to think. The Datamon maybe can't be
That
deleted.
was, yep. And it's a two cost.
Mm.
A cheap Digivolution cannot be. I
I'm,
cannot state how effective that is
yeah.
in a sealed format.
Mm-hmm.
Getting up to your boss monster for cheap, especially, I keep alluding to it. I think there's a lot of good option cards, so I think there will be more removal than most in
Yep.
this game. So just being efficient when you climb and getting value, like either getting value every step of the way there or getting there very cheaply is going to be important.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Datamon, Megadramon, Triceramon. We'll roll
Vade,
with
Vademon.
hmm?
Your Vademon. Your
Vademon,
big
of
brain.
course. Yeah. Yep. Brain boy.
I'm, I wish it was a purple card. I mean, I get it. The Digivolve's a black like
Yeah.
trait, but like for all the big brain purple jokes, I wish it was like purple and black.
Yeah. That would have been kind of cool.
But that's just me being selfish.
That's just you, like. Well, but Bandai doesn't like purple because they just keep dogging
I'm
on
gonna
it.
talk about it, Ty. It's too soon. It's too
That's
soon.
okay. You just.
And he says dogging on it. This guy. This guy. Man, we're just having a friendly podcast. Twist the knife.
Yeah, shots fired, for sure.
That's it.
That's
it.
it.
I'm gonna keep track of our wins losses now.
Well, trust me, it's only you.
There's no
I,
mercy in this dojo now.
I don't think there ever was. I never even got a pity win. I don't even want one of those, but still, wasn't
Nobody
even
wants a pity
offered.
win. I knew you wouldn't want it.
All right, sure, we'll go with that.
I just can't give them out. Like, I'm actually, dad aside, I'm like struggling on when I'm gonna let my kid like how long or if I'm gonna let him win stuff. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great moral debate for my brain. I'd let my little cousin win at air hockey until the one year um we do like a annual family air hockey tournament
Nice.
and I would play him right-handed, and I'm left-handed. And
I
if you're
was
listening to this, which I expect he's not, um, sorry to reveal that to you in a podcast.
Yeah, if you happen to be one of our viewers, uh yeah, you weren't actually good, just so you know.
Well, so he like got pretty. He's getting pretty good. But then the one year we were doing something else, and he just was like, "Yeah, but you're not the family air hockey champion." I was like, "Oh, well, that's a kid.
You're
Never
like,
playing you right-handed again."
you just pull your left hand out of your pocket and you just set it down. You're like, now it's go time.
Well, he didn't even notice. That was the best part. It's like he was like, "Oh, why can't I beat you now?" And I was like, "I don't know."
That's the equivalent of in anime when they take off the weights and they drop them and they explode the ground and they just kick ass. That's what you just did to that guy, that poor child.
Uh, well, I figured my rule then, which I used for my little cousin, was if you're old enough to talk trash, you're old enough for me to try.
That's
But I don't
good.
know what to do with my son.
Never let him win ever.
Thinking
Don't do
about
it.
it.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking
yes and
about
no.
it.
I don't know. I have two little girls and they're sensitive, so I'd be a little. I gotta play that game differently. Actually, my
Just
youngest, I can just play like normal, and she'll be fine because she's a brute. It's the older one.
just sweep the leg, Ty.
Yeah.
Sweep the leg.
Get him a body bag. All right, let's talk about these level sixes.
Oh yeah, Digimon. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
doing.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. All
I
right.
got five.
I think Dynarexmon. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Blitz,
That's number one.
Blitz, and the all turns. Your opponent has one or more memory. They can't play Digimon with 6,000 DP or less, and you get plus 4,000. So just making you 15k when they have more than one memory.
Which is so cracked with Blitz. I
Yes.
love it
Mm-hmm.
because nothing is 15. Like nothing is more than 12 in this set.
Yeah.
Like naturally. So you're basically swinging with jamming
Yeah.
at 15k.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's number one.
It's a good
There's the
one.
beefy boy.
Yeah. Big dog. And yeah.
It it's good to be big, and I mean
And it's a
he is a
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
Jinx,
Damn it.
yummy Coke.
Damn you.
So I mean your Tyrannomon, not the craziest play.
Yeah.
Like, harken back to our level fours.
Yeah. It's. I just think it's solid. I'm like, this is it. It makes me really want to try to build a deck around this outside of the pre-release, but it's also like that's really good. But I feel like once you're playing against other decks that have synergy, um, might not be
You could,
as good. But it's still
you could make
good.
like
But
a
like,
dinosaur Tyrannomon deck that wouldn't be bad. I think my buddy, shout out to Rich. He started making a Dino power deck,
nice Dino,
tweaking it in the lab.
sweet. Can't wait to see that.
We may never see the light of day, but he started it. He's
He's
starting on it.
he's trying. He's doing his part. All right, what's one for you?
So I think there's one other card in that awesome level 6 tier,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's like three in my tier right below it.
Okay.
I think Goldramon. It is a rare. Um, 4 cost Digivolve, which sucks. 12 KDP, but on play when Digivolving, play one Amon of Crimson Flames token. It's a red Digimon with 6k in Rush, and one Umon of Blue Thunder token. It's a yellow Digimon with 6k DP and blocker. Um, and all turns, he won't Digivolve ever. So when he would leave the battle area, you can delete all your tokens. And if you deleted a token with that effect, you get to recover one.
So it's just kind of go in there and swing at security, and if it hits another 12 and dies, boom, get to take out your take out those tokens and give yourself a recovery, which is nice.
Or
Yeah,
don't if you don't want to, and then just spawn 3 bodies from your 12 cost. One of them having Rush.
Yeah.
Unless your opponent has Dino Rexmon,
Yeah. Yeah. Dynarex one does counter Goldramon. Tad bit.
which Dino Rexmon's cheaper, counters it, and it's just a great card. So,
Mm-hmm.
but spitting out 2 extra bodies is no joke in a pre-release. I
Yep.
remember back in there's like I can't remember whatever set it came out, but Waymon with like the option card would let you spit out 2 like tidal wave. I'll
Yeah.
never forget I like Waymond and then had a tidal wave, so then I like spit out 5 bodies like turn 2. I was like, I'm sorry.
Like,
This isn't supposed to happen in a pre-release.
I swear, I didn't plan for this. Or did I?
I hoped, but I never felt that it would come true.
Yeah.
On
I'll go with Seraphimon. Yeah, it's also a
Yellow
rare.
Stan.
No,
Yellow
no,
Stan.
no. Just recovery is just good, man. You can't dog. And mine's 7K DP
Spoken like a
and.
true yellow player over here.
Oh, no, what? I changed my answer. All right.
No, no, you have it. It's a good card.
It's good for this. It's not specifically like there's no specifics. It's just recover one. Boom. Yeah, it's 4 and it's a rare, so odds are you're probably not gonna get a lot of it. But still,
And Sec +1, right?
yeah. But
Yeah,
just
I'm sorry. I cut you off. You can finish this stuff. I just
no,
had to make fun of you.
no, that's fine. Now my next one is not yellow. That makes you feel better. But
Good, because there are no other yellow cards on my list anymore. I'm
good,
done with that color.
good, good. That's really it. It's possible to attack for 2 checks, and it's also minusing DP off something, so you're just kind of clearing some things out if you need to, or if you need to swing over a Dino Rexmon.
Oh
Minus,
no.
you can minus the 7K. But you also
No.
have to add a card to your security, which, if you don't really have a lot of yellow, I guess it happens when you Digivolve. But after that, you're going to have to try to figure out a way to get more yellow ways to do that, but still.
Like TK
Yeah.
Patamon.
If you get it, Padawan, yeah.
If you had another stack of Digimon, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's not good.
Or the Chumon with the Sukamons. That
Wow,
could work too.
I do love the Chumon Sukumon combo.
There you go. Boom. All right, that's enough said about that. What's yours?
Yeah,
Try,
that's right. I should talk about this.
I'm trying.
Mine.
I'm gonna guess. I have an idea what I think it's gonna be. I'll see if I'm right
Okay.
or wrong after you say it.
All right. Well, I'll go with the one that you're probably more likely to guess. Um, Purple.
Damn it.
Well, there's the one other one, so just wait. Ghoulmon. When digivolving, when attacking, once per turn. For every 10 cards in your trash, trash the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. But when attacking once per turn, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash, this Digimon gains Sec Attack +1 for the turn. He's a 3 cost to Digivolve, and he's 11k DP. So he will die to like half the other megas, but you're like milling out your opponent, and you're swinging for 2 checks. 2 very solid strategies.
Yep. And what else? Yeah, but you can get with the blue egg. You can possibly give it jamming. So that's the
That's
beauty
true.
of this. Like we can mix and match. So you can possibly give him jamming.
That'd be so silly.
That's wild.
And then my last one, do you want to guess the color?
Black.
Wrong. Dang.
Blank. That's mine then. I have one more then.
Okay. I'll go for my last one. It's Saber Leomon.
That was my next guess, but okay, continue.
Well, you had 2 guesses already, ish. But 12k, 4 cost to Digivolve, kind of sucks. Piercing, when Digivolving, by unsuspending this Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. But the thing that makes it good again is end of your turn, this Digimon can attack one of your opponent's Digimon. So you can swing either with jamming or like swing safely into another Digimon or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then Digivolve into Saber, unsuspend, suspend another big boy, and then swing into it.
It's like just give the boy Blitz.
Green's got to make it weird. They're
Yeah,
not allowed to have Blitz.
no, that's not heard of. I feel like Blitz, the mechanic's gonna go away because they just keep adding this weird end of turn Shenanigans. It's really not that really complicated, but it's just interesting that like they make a keyword specifically for this effect, and then they just like stop putting it on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't get it. They're like, well, only like Red and Omnimon are allowed to have Blitz, so you can't have it. I will say that can't end the game. Like that Blitz would be able to kill somebody, but
Good
Saber
point.
Leomon can't kill you because even if it
Has to attack him.
pierces through,
Yeah.
yeah, it has to attack a Digimon.
Yep.
That's the big difference.
That's a good point. All right. My last one is Ebimon. Ibamon. Little computer brain.
Yeah.
For the same reason as the Brain Boy and all that stuff. You just reveal the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and delete any number of your opponent's Digimon's total play cost is less than or equal to one of the cards you revealed, if it's one of the Digimon cards revealed. But you get to return it to top or bottom, so it just really works out. If they really need a combo piece, you send to the bottom. If they're bricking, you keep it at the top. It's just I feel like that mechanic now, because I feel like this is the first time where they made it to where we like the opponent gets to pick what the you get to pick what your opponent does with their top or bottom, which pretty cool.
That happen with any other card?
I don't
No,
know.
not for your opponent, I don't think.
No, like you get to like there's some cards where you like the
Machine.
Mamemon,
Yeah, the Mei.
Meme, that dude.
Watch me whip. Watch me Mei.
Now watch me win.
Sorry. And there goes all our viewers. They just left
And they're gone.
right now.
And they're gone. And they're gone. But yeah, that's what I would say definitely. I think it's a good one. But still, hands down, Dynarexmon.
I didn't realize Platinum Numamon was only 9 KDP. Makes sense, but
Yeah,
woof.
that's weird.
Well, that's because I was looking at because that Ebimon is has the on play too, so theoretically if you really were in a bind and like you knew that you could delete something, or at least hoped, you could just like go for it for like the YOLO play.
Yeah, the holy poo.
Well, that one's not the poo. That's
I'm just looking at the platinum,
yeah,
and I'm just like, holy poo.
my boy in Digimon Cyber Sleuth needs that XP bonus. Great having 3 of those guys.
Go
All right,
on.
you want to talk tamers? You want to talk options?
We I feel like we can kind of lump them together.
I only have like one tamer I want to talk about, so
Yeah, there's not really much.
well, 2. I lied. 2.
Okay. All right, you go.
Um, well, I'll leave you the one that I think you'll talk about. I just want to talk about Genai.
Mm-hmm.
His on play kind of sucks. Top 5 cards of your deck, add a level 3 Digimon card, a non-white tamer to your hand, then bottom deck the rest. But if you pulled a lot of ace cards, you probably want to think about him in your deck. When opponent's level 5 or higher Digimon attacks, by suspending this tamer, move 1 Digimon from your breeding area to the battle area.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come out of raising and blast Digivolve after they've done all their effects.
Yes. I feel like this is the. I feel like this is really where this card's going to shine. I don't really. I think we talked about this before. I don't really see what decks are really going to be using this. I guess you're really trying to focus on the ace thing, but for pre-release, I think this is a great. And even if you have just a blocker in your, you keep him blocker and raising, you're able to bring it out.
Yeah,
So it's
good
just
point.
it's a good like it's a way to keep a blocker alive and bring it out when you need it.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't think it's gonna be super, but it was worth mentioning. And then I feel like you're gonna talk about the one tamer I think that should be talked about.
I'm gonna talk about Joe.
I feel like you're not gonna talk about the one tamer then. Joe's good too, though. I can't argue
It's
that.
the trash one of your opponents if you need to. Um, I feel like I know which one you thought I was gonna pick, but I wanted the curveball you. I think Joe's good because it's technically a 2 cost because you gain a memory from
Mhm.
by trashing. But like if you happen to pull a lot of blue, and like we said, blue's pretty strong in this, so getting a consistent way if you want to utilize any blue option cards, boom, get one of the blue tamers, or hope
Yeah,
you get
buddy.
it. but I think the tie's pretty good too.
Whoa, who? Oh, what? You thought I was talking about the tie?
I'm just saying, I
Yeah,
think the tie's pretty good.
yeah, that's. I'm right there with you. Um, you won't always proc as start a main phase, giving a vaccine Digimon plus 2K, but when cards removed from your opponent's security stack gain a memory
Hmm.
and just giving you access to red options. I
Yep.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's more to say than that.
Hmm.
Like, it's a pretty good card. I haven't looked at how many cards are vaccine, but now I'm gonna look.
Yeah. Now you're gonna take a look.
Not a great amount, so don't look.
Don't get excited about that.
Akakumon, Monzemon, Pangemon, Goldramon, Serafimon are really the ones we've talked about that are good in
Yep.
vaccines.
I think
So tie's okay,
he. It's possible to give you a little boost,
but not
but
probable.
yeah. Really, all the other ones are kind of very specific to. I feel like the
Yep.
Joe and the tie were the only two that can kind of be very bland in a way. Yeah, the tie specific to vaccine, but still the gaining the memory is very. It doesn't matter what you're swinging with, and the
Hmm.
Joe's just getting rid of something that is inheritable you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, and the TK is killing you.
Yep.
Mimi is a pretty useless search.
Hmm. The only
I will
positive of those
say
other two is you gain one memory if they got Digimon on field.
that's yep, you beat me to it. I was like, that's not awful.
That's not terrible, especially because there's no memory setters.
And I mean, if you pull a Numamon, like a fair amount of Numamon,
Hmm. Might be able to utilize its mind link.
give it jamming and reboot. I
Hmm.
will say though, don't forget, don't let anybody try and mess with you. If they unmind link with it at the end of your turn or like at the end of their turn, they will not get reboot.
It's got to stay there.
Got to stay there. So like if you can delete it on your turn, they can't like before they bring it back out for their turn. Just FYI. They have to keep it under there through your whole turn to give that Digimon reboot.
Hmm. All right, option cards, because that's
Oh,
it.
I'm
That's really it
excited.
for. I'm going with my boy Mega Flame.
Nova Blast? That's a weird way to say Nova Blast.
I wish it was Nova Blast. It pisses me off that they made it Mega Flame. I know, actual translation. I don't give a damn about that. The kid anime told me it's Nova Blast, and I want that.
Yes, me too. The adult me wants to say Nova Blast.
Yes.
Because I would yell Nova Blast.
I think I'm still going to yell Nova Blast.
Oh, yes.
I
I
think
love it.
I
We should
will.
probably talk about what this card does.
No. Just talk
Okay.
about its
Just
name and how its
just
name's
run
wrong.
it. Just run it. It's got a
Uh,
cool name. All you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Nah, just deleting one of your opponent's 6,000 or less DP, pretty solid. If you have a Greymon in name, happen to have them, but you just delete the lowest DP instead, which is really great, and it's a 4 cost. That's why it's really great. The 4 cost is nice, but there's not going to be too much. Well, there's a Greymon, but there's not really like. You have one Greymon that's not a super rare or a secret rare, so that part's
Yeah.
going to be kind of tricky, but still, mine's 6,000 DP kills all the level 4s, pretty much. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Kills all level fours.
Okay, good.
Some of the level fives.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It would kill that Devimon. Not to beat a dead horse, but
Yeah.
it would kill that Devimon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I understand. I dropped the ball on that one. We don't need to keep talking about
Can't help
it.
myself. I can't help.
um.
Uh,
Okay. Option
thanks.
card for you. What do you think?
Oh, I can't decide between these two. I'll bring this one up, and then we'll see which one you want to talk about. DCD Bomb, another four cost option, black option. It does have D Brigade in its traits, so I don't think it'll come up in this sealed format, but it can be searched by the Commandramon if you happen to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the super rare Commandramon, so thanks for doing that with our rookies, Bandai. But main, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then by returning 3 cards with Deep Brigade or Deep Release trait from your trash to the top of your deck, delete one of your opponent's Digimon up to maximum play cost of 6. I bring it up because I think this is going to be really useful against Ace Digimon because essentially anytime an Ace Digimon is de-digivolved, it leaves the field, so you will get the overflow memory back. So if your opponent Ace like Blast Digivolves or even just like Digivolves into an Ace Digimon, this essentially becomes a one cost option.
Yep, just a one cost option to get rid of an ace card. That's annoying. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's solid. You keep because the eights ones do have higher DP, so the Nova Blast doesn't actually um wouldn't really be able to really deal with it, but this does.
No. Yep.
So yeah, solid, solid. Um, I'm looking at the other ones. I really
Oh,
didn't.
I'll talk about another one while you keep looking though.
Good, good.
Uh, purple option would be remiss if I didn't talk about my purple option. Pummel Whack, 3 cost, cool art, like a little Ogremon art. Um, it's common, so you should get at least a couple of it. When this card is trashed from your hand by your effect, draw one. Probably not going to come up a ton, but it could. And then main, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And also the security effect, as for all the other two we've mentioned, is just activate this card's main effect. So they'll
Mm-hmm.
all do this in security. But 3 cost at a league level 4 or lower with like some powerful and annoying level 4s. Or if you're worried about like you're playing game 2 against your opponent, you're like against like Mr. Horseshoe and he has like 4 ace cards, so you now never want to attack because you're worried he's just going to drop an ace on you every time he has level 4 on field. So add a couple extra pummel whacks to your deck. Very efficient removal. Don't have to deal with that.
All right, I got it. I got the one I'm going to talk about now. But I agree with everything you said. Those statements were factual.
Because you weren't listening to me. You never listen.
No, Pummel Whack's great. Dealing with level fours is really important in this set. So just
That's
having a
that's
cheap way of getting rid of them is nice.
that's Ty showing his high dad level skills
I'm able to
of proving
multitask.
he listened. Yeah. I'm listening. I heard what you said. I got the gist.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm going with
All right, what do you...
Marching of the Fishes.
that was the other one.
It's
So
just
happy you picked it.
3 cost. Choose one of your Digimon, and then 3 of your opponent's Digimon equal or fewer Digivolution. Then the chosen Digimon can attack or block. So you can just stop a turn if you really need to. If they went wide, and you at least have a decent stack, boom. And the security effect is one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack for the turn. Then you add it to your hand. So if they have 2, they can possibly swing for game. And this is the last security check. That other one can't attack, and then you get it in your hand. So then you could stun them again if they go wide.
I think the whole takeaway from this, if you take away nothing else from this podcast, is this is not the pre-release format to go wide.
Yes, this is a terrible one. The more I'm really diving into this, the more I'm like, don't do it. Whatever you do, build a single stack. Maybe 2 stacks, but that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different pre-release.
Different beast.
It's gonna be like like slightly single stacked with a lot of blockers.
Yes.
Like I have a bad feeling that somebody's gonna get like decked out by Ghoulmon.
And I feel like you're gonna do that to somebody.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hey
hey,
now. But yes.
hey.
Yes. Hey now, but yeah.
No, it might happen. Might happen. There's one more card I brought up. I wanted to bring up since you had my mind on it. Um, if you happen to have Joe, Wave of Reliability becomes highly useful. 2 cost. Main effect is trash 2 Digivolution cards from under your opponent's Digimon. Then, if you have a Tamer with Joe Kiddo in its name, choose one of your Digimon. If your opponent does not have a Digimon with equal or more Digivolution cards than that Digimon, unsuspend it.
Yeah.
And securities activate main effect and then add it to your hand. So you can unsuspend a blocker if you have Joe in the field, but essentially you can, like, if it's a single stack format, waiver reliability for game.
Yeah,
on whatever your big boy is.
that's the new Blitz Omni for the pre-release.
No, we have a Blitz Omni. It's Dino Rexmon.
No, no, this is the better one.
Fine.
We're going with that.
Uh,
All
Great.
the other securities, or not securities, all the other option cards are kind of very specific. Like, Dragon of Courage, unless you pulled a secret rare and a super rare, you're not running that.
Yep.
Like, that,
Good
there's a
thing
lot
that's
of
an
things.
uncommon. Can't wait to pull that.
Yeah, I know.
Heaven's Knuckles, meh. It's not great. It's not bad. For
Yeah,
cost, give something -6 KDP.
if you need to have a yellow, if you need it, if it's all you get, you can use it. It would be somewhat. Um,
If you pull a secret rare, it becomes much better, but you
yeah,
also have to pull the secret rare.
yeah. And Poison Ivy,
Great Batman villain.
yeah, just, one of your opponent's all turns, you lose to him. So it's a way to just, it's like Ice Wall, but only specific
It's
to
only for
one.
one Digimon.
Yeah, it's just a more meh Ice Wall.
It'd be cool in Bloom with the Pamulan.
Yeah, yes, it would. That is a good point. Thanks for that. Now I got to update. I appreciate you for that.
I'm just saying.
You don't even play green, and you're better than me at it.
I just mentioned a card, buddy.
That's all you did. That's all you needed to do. Flower
I
Sincere. I don't
no.
really give a shit about
Flower.
the other ones, to be honest with you. I don't really
I,
see them
I
being great for pre-release.
on a non-pre-release, I mean, let me know in the comments if you really want to see it, and I will make something work because it's been like digging at the back of my brain. Is the Dark Wings Delusion? Is trash top 3 cards of your deck, then one of your Digimon with Devimon in its name gets security attack +1 for the turn. That's only a 1 cost. Uh, I really want to make a Dan Devimon deck work with maybe a little Ravemon in it too, because that Devimon that we talked about already, I think fits in really well to like a Dan Devimon, like Ravemon hand control kind of deck.
This is a question with this card I'm going to ask. So it says trash top 3, then one of your Digimon with Devimon in its name gains secure attack +1 for the turn. But then
Mhm.
say you declare that when it is a Devimon, and then you Digivolve. Say you had enough memory. Would it still keep the security attack +1, or would that go away?
Yeah, it's giving it to the Digimon.
Oh, so that's cool.
And you can like do it. So in my head, the aggressive combo is later in the game. You know, like if you want to end a game, is bring out that Devimon with, I don't know, Underworld's Call or something, or just have it out. Uh, then do the Dark Wings Delusion, swing it, 2 checks, it probably a lot at that point. And then, yeah, because it's every 3 cards. I mean, he's going up quick. Um,
Hmm.
a- and
Remember when
then
you said
Demonic
that was like
Disaster. It's just
garbage?
not right in sealed tie.
Whatever. Whatever.
It's a 40 card deck. It's just not right, buddy.
You know what? I'm just gonna remember that you shit on a purple card. How dare you?
Only in sealed. Purple's generally bad in sealed, and it makes me sad.
Makes me happy. It's probably my favorite way to play this damn game.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
kidding. I actually don't hate purple. I just like
But
messing with him.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I trust it.
Nah, I'm gonna play purple this set. Don't worry, it's gonna happen.
And a baby.
Mm,
What we talked about. One day we're just gonna hand each other's decks and force each other to play the other colors at locals one
mm-hmm.
time.
Yep.
There'll be terrible gameplay videos to follow. It'll be
Yes.
great. Fun
Yep.
times for all.
Yay, everyone be excited. All right. I think that's everything. We got it all. We're a
Yeah,
little
just
we're a little over our hour that we usually try to hit, but that's okay. because
Wow.
this is good content. This is important. We need to have this. So,
Sukamon, Chumon. That's all you need to know. Skip to the end. Know those two.
know them.
Know them well,
Yep.
because it's broken.
It's going to be happening. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video and you found any of this informational and it helped you out, informative, that's the word.
I wasn't gonna do it. You did it.
That's the word. Yeah, give it a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And as always, remember, see you later.
Well, see ya.